Just let us know when it's starting to record.
It's recording. This is just.
Oh, Ricky, perform! Oh my God, the silencer key.
This video brought to you by Winamp, America's #1 choice of music player since 2004. All the cool kids are using it.
It's brought to you by QuickTime Player.
Yeah,
real
time
player. Nobody's gonna get that. They have to be 75 years old like us. Rick, Sam. Okay.
Oh snap, brother!
Oh, yep, we got it.
Got COVID on
your whole life's a beef footage.
I don't know why you gotta do this to me in front of the internet, Cody. Okay. You wouldn't believe how much work we went through getting this set up.
Not that much.
You wouldn't believe who messed it up. This guy here in the middle.
Oh, wow. Huh. So, we're going to do a little bit of a Brown Forman sub $30 showdown. We've got some Cooper's Craft. These are all be 100 proof. We've got Cooper's Craft, about $30. We have got Early Times at about $25, and Old Forester 100 at about $23-ish.
We've had we've had all of them, yeah.
Not Early Times.
This is the first one we've done where we're having a second chance.
We haven't had Early Times yet.
We haven't done Early Times yet? Okay.
Not yet.
All right. Well, then we've had 2 of these before. It's still a first. So usually they're always new. So hopefully we'll see some. We'll have the same notes as we did the first time we reviewed them.
I'm a Brown Forman profile kind of guy, so this is relevant to me as far as best budget bourbon.
I gotta remember to.
I get choked with the cord.
Jesus.
Oh, okay. I guess we're starting.
Oh, I guess we're starting. Cody's getting an early start. He's got to do his research.
I hear the guy shoot the gun. Start the race.
Man, nothing captures the smell of bourbon like a wine glass.
Definitely caramel.
Make sure it's recording.
Not like homemade caramel, like the little square pieces wrapped in plastic they get at the store.
Okay.
Definitely some cherry, vanilla, a little bit of char.
Such a pleasure to smell bourbon. I always forget.
A little tobacco and
Yeah, I'll go with you on tobacco.
Excuse me. COVID survivor right here. It did some permanent damage to my lungs, so you'll hear me cough.
Reach Reynolds passed away from fume inhalation on the evening of February 27th.
And I'm not just joking, I really did suffer from COVID.
Wow.
I lived.
They brought him back twice.
I will say it's a good thing I didn't lose my sense of taste or smell, or else this would just have been absolutely worthless for me. So.
Oh yeah, then you wouldn't know what you were talking about if you didn't have a sense of taste or smell. That'd
Thank
be horrible.
God.
Alright. We
Oh, that hit really well.
cherry and
Oh yeah.
tobacco and a little bit of char, maybe a little bit of banana.
Caramel. I'll go with you on char.
I said caramel earlier.
Yep. Going with that brown sugar.
Like burnt brown sugar.
That's got a good mouthfeel.
I like that one, yeah.
It doesn't linger. And it's really smooth. I do like that one. That's gonna end up being frickin' Cooper's Craft because I'm praising it.
You go to B.
Yep. Here I am wishing for a palate cleanser again, but I don't see any stale tortilla chips. Could have some Eclipse gum. That'd be a
Here we
good palate cleanser.
That's pretty stale too. I've had that for like 2 years.
It'd be more like a palate replacer.
It seems more. Do you think it's like sweeter than the first one?
Yeah, more banana on this one.
Or fruit? Maybe the fruitier is the word I'm looking for.
Oh, definitely fruitier. Oh, no question.
Yeah, more banana and less char. But it's really similar though.
Oh, yeah. Banana, almost cinnamon a little bit. Brown sugar, but not so much burnt. Maybe even a little chocolate.
Yep.
Oh, Benny, you hate this, don't you? Little batty boy.
I'd say like maybe a little less complex. A little sweeter.
Definitely sweeter. And fruitier, yeah.
Alright.
Let's see.
Kind of lingers a little bit more. There's a little bit more of that alcohol vapor.
I get. So I think mouthfeel isn't quite as nice. And on the back end, I'll finish. You get like a little bit of
It's almost
like
watery.
young,
It's not-
like
I get some banana bread.
like corn or maybe not corn, like hayish kind of like young notes. Or I think towards the back end. Pretty tasty still though.
So it's like not bad, but compared to the first one,
Yeah, the
it's
first
like
one.
diluted or watered
Yes. Yeah, because it honestly does come off like, I mean, it's bourbon, but
Yeah.
it comes off like a little watery.
A little simpler, like I said. I get a little bit of like the hay, sort of like maybe corn. I'm not sure. Towards the back end, it makes it feel like younger. Like it doesn't have as much going on with it.
It's a little thinner too. It's not maybe as oily as the first one.
All right.
We're getting quicker at this. Right now, this seems like a cross between the first two, but I'm sure I'm gonna go back and smell those and be like, oh, never mind.
I think I get a little more vanilla,
yeah, like
chocolate.
I get something kind of herbal from
vanilla
this one.
to me is
Like I don't want
more
not minty, but something like leafy. I don't disagree with vanilla either, but
Banana chocolate. You're going back from C to B. B is a little sweeter.
I'm gonna start
More
sipping
cherry.
on this one. I'm gonna start sipping on 3, and then I'll go back and re-smell them all.
okay. So going back, I feel like the dominant sense for me, first one's like cherry, second one's more like banana, and the last one's more like vanilla. To me,
So you think a little bit of a kind of like butterscotch, but not that rich.
It's like it is kind of a cross between the first two. Like I get banana and cherry and a little bit of char and chocolate that I don't think I got quite like the char or the dark notes in the second one that I do in this one on the back end.
Yeah, this one has a little bit more of a burn aspect to it than certainly than the second one, number 2.
A little better mouthfeel, I think.
well, what's that?
Better mouthfeel in 3 than 2.
Yeah.
But still get a little bit of banana. A little.
Try that again.
More like cherry, I guess.
Yeah, the second one's almost candy-like compared to the other two to me, smelling. On second smell. It definitely, to me, makes me think of chocolate. Like a very thin, like, American milk chocolate. But, yes, I'll go with you on banana. I'm not having a total change here on my going back.
A lot of oak on the back of that one. Not as much as I think in the first one, but
God, I love that smell of the first one.
I got a kind of at least that like an upfront buttery or like butterscotch.
On
For which one?
The last one.
Last one, yeah. Yeah, that was something I smelled too.
There we go, Ricky. Your career in bourbon tasting is taking flight before our very eyes.
Yep. Only a few more weeks till my certificate of completion.
Reach Minnick over here. When you start in the live streams where you're tasting 30 different ones, Ricky.
30 Man, I don't know about that.
Rick would die at number 5.
Well, you spit them out. You'd still die at 6.
He'd die from fumes. He almost died a minute ago.
He just falls head first, the glass shatters.
You're not wrong.
Blood starts dripping down. The 2 people in the live stream back out. Afraid you didn't have quite the population to actually call the police, Ricky.
Yeah.
There weren't any of those people that like reverse ID and look up and try to figure out where you live. They were just
It's just on me recording. I'm just there.
It's like
One of them's just like
bleeding out.
like a Twitch mod, making sure there's no inappropriate content. And the other one's like a baby that just like randomly hit letters and it reached Rick's channel.
the hydration bot. Remember to stand up and
hydration
drink.
bot. Remember to have 8.5 ounces of liquid. Okay. God, the first one's so rich and layered. I love how it smells.
Well,
It's gonna be
take
freaking
a-
Cooper's. That's what's gonna happen.
take a short break and I'm gonna go back around the opposite direction. Let it reset back to normal a little bit, Ricky.
Yeah.
Then we'll go back around the other way and see how it changes.
Let's rewind a little bit.
What's that Fergie song? And reverse it. It's your
Put it
favorite.
down. Put your thing down,
Cody.
flip it, and reverse it.
That's Missy Elliott,
Oh.
not Fergie.
Yeah, Fergie? Wait a second.
They both suck. Who's to say?
I do not share these opinions. You will not be canceling
Oh,
me.
the disclaimer screen right here. It says the warning: the opinions of Cody are not shared by the rest of the group.
Yeah, they love Missy Elliott.
Just got some more char on this sip.
Hey, you're not supposed to be going back through. Adrian's just been over here around the whole time.
Okay, are you the boss of me?
Yes.
I can start now if I want.
Chaos and anarchy. We're just doing whatever we want, I guess.
Who the hell cares? Screw it.
Back to number 2 for me.
Alright, Rick, let's
Sweet.
go to number 3 like normal people. Now that the
Okay.
video's
I already
back
had
on.
3.
Well, yeah, but you're king dumbass.
Boy, number 2 sure is sweet and fruity.
Boy, you know what's good for videos when you drink one of them and you don't say a goddamn thing to the camera.
I did. I just did. I said that this one tastes like char again.
They
now that I'm
didn't
having
hear
it.
you because they were waiting for the dumbass credits to end. I don't know, it smells better this time around.
Yeah.
Get more like fruitiness from it. Yeah, like a little
Still got the vanilla and butterscotch.
like banana and like leather
Yeah.
or something.
I don't get any banana out of 3.
A little cherry. It's pretty good.
Maybe a little avocado. Just kidding.
Pretty good mouthfeel. Pretty good. We'll move on to
Yeah, do
number
it.
2.
Oh, hey guys, welcome back.
I think I get that young note a little bit off the nose, even now. More cherry on this one, maybe? Yeah, definitely like
mixture
a
of
chocolate.
slight.
It's like a light cherry though. It's like mendocino.
Yeah, very.
It's like a sweet cherry.
Yeah, like chocolate covered cherry.
This one sneaks up on you. If I do a couple sips of this in a row and start talking, then the alcohol kind of builds up. It just like sneaks in.
Not quite as good as mouthfeel as 3.
Ooh. My tongue really liked that second sip for some reason.
Of 2.
Yeah.
2 is like not offensive in any way. It's very drinkable, but it's. I mean, eventually, for me, it sneaks up on me, the alcohol heat, but also it's drinkable because I don't know. At first, I said it was lower proof. Now I'm not so sure, but it's it doesn't. It tastes sweet. It tastes light, and then like you said earlier on, it tastes kind of diluted to me. It's drinkable and accessible for people who don't like live and breathe bourbon. But I think now that I'm going back through it on the second round, I do taste a bit of corn syrup.
Some kind of like just general grain kind of flavor. Whether it's like corn or like wheat, hay, grassy kind of something. I don't know. That I don't like that much.
Yeah,
I don't dislike it at all. It's really good, but I do pick that out.
I would say for me the second one is by far my least favorite of the three.
It's close for me, but I would agree. I'm going back to one.
Aroma is just amazing.
Cherry, almost like raspberry or something. Something a little more tart.
You should get a little bit of like tree bark, the kind of woodsy.
And I get a little banana too, but
Oh, there's something rich to this, like it's almost like raisin bread, figginess.
yeah. Touch
Little
of
bit
like
of-
vanilla or something.
Maybe a little bit of oak. When I first smelled it, I smelled like tobacco and cigarette. I don't smell that at all now.
It's like if you took
Maybe a nice cigar.
somebody took and they made a raspberry flavored Fig Newton
Yeah.
and they put it on a piece of charred oak and then they dusted it with some burnt brown sugar.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then somewhere in the background somebody had a vanilla air freshener. Ow. I just poked myself in the face.
How'd you do that?
Because I really want to get in there, dude. Tell me your secrets. I won't hurt you. I'm gentle.
Damn it. Please don't be Cooper's Craft.
Tell me who you
I
are.
love this one all of a sudden.
Let me taste you and see. Let me see what complexities you're hiding.
You can dig a little deeper, Cody.
That rich, I know you were talking about raspberry, but I taste more cherry, but it's so rich and decadent up front, and that sweetness, and then it goes into the, there's an alcohol middle bridge there, and then it gets to the charred finish, and then it just coats your mouth, and it just ends.
I'd say it's probably my favorite one so far.
Yeah,
I mean,
not even a
well,
question
the
for
three.
me.
Get a little more cocoa, see? More cocoa and banana. You get a little more char and raspberry and A. Slightly better mouthfeel. A little more complex. But pretty close. I don't think either of them have like an amazing finish or anything. It doesn't last forever, but what's there up front is pretty good.
One thing I like about A is that it seems like it shifts between flavors over time. Like if you group the flavor experience into like a 3 seconds and you divide that 3 seconds, it seems like you go through a different experience between the first 1 second and the last 1 second, or divide it up however you want. C is less layered to me than that, but it's got a lot going on still. It's still good, but A, it's like I can taste the change from the beginning of the sip to the aftertaste, and everywhere in between.
Yeah, I agree.
So, A, like you're saying, probably my favorite because there's just so much going on. C is pretty good too. I'm not sure. I'm having a hard time deciding which one I like more.
I went back to V, and it's still pretty good too. It's like if you mixed banana with like hay or something.
I've never eaten hay, so I'm not sure.
Something, you know what I mean? Grassy.
Oats.
Not really grassy, like
Honey bunches of oats.
exactly.
Okay, I think I've run out of useful things to say.
Yeah, I think I'm ready to give my order. For me, it was this A. It's like ABC.
I mean, go with 1, 2, 3 because we have
1, 2,
letters
3.
underneath.
Okay, so 1, 3, 2.
I agree.
Same.
Might work. Wow, is that the first time we all had the same?
So far, I think so.
Okay.
Well, Ricky, what were they?
What do you remember what 1 was?
Okay, so 1 is the here, let me look at the bottom.
I'm pretty sure I know which ones are which.
Yeah, the wine glass was early times,
Okay.
What?
and just to double check myself.
2 is 100% Old Forester 100.
So then
I was
you did middle, right?
so
How did you did middle first?
right. Okay, so I was wrong.
Okay.
Cooper's Craft is right.
Yeah.
So that'd be
I
number
knew it.
1 in the right.
Frickin' knew it.
Early times was 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old Forster's middle.
Well, but 3 is B. So this was the one that was which you poured the middles all together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So those were what? What'd you say?
Old Forester.
Okay. So it goes Cooper's Craft, Old Forester is at the end, and what's in the middle? Or what was the last one you did?
Early times.
Early times. So early times
Get
was
your ass over
last.
here, Ricky. No, it was 2.
But
Early times was the number 3.
all right, sit down. We gotta figure this out. 'Cause
Early times was the
look,
last one.
but look, I switched them before we all sat down. So I have A, C,
So-
B. I don't have A,
Am I-
B, C.
So the middle would still be Old Forester, but our right, facing this direction, would be early times.
Well, okay, you know what the wine glass was, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was,
That was Cooper's Craft.
and you know what the middle was.
It was Old Forester.
So it's Cooper's Craft, Old Forester, early times, and then I put B for everybody in the middle, or I put it on the end rather, and I put C in the middle.
I didn't.
Old Forester was the one on the end. Was the last one. Was 3.
So like, I don't know like what happened, but I'm like willing to bet money that the last one was early times, just because I know that like grain note in Old Forester.
You still have some in all of yours, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do this the hard way. Well, we're out of Old Forester, so we gotta figure it out on the other 2. Drink Rick's.
Wait, I better get another taste. Oh, it's hot. No. They're the same.
So we are confident those are the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was
That being the case, how did early times end up in last?
it didn't end up in second.
No, because that was the one in the middle.
That was C.
I just handed you the one that was in Rick's middle, which is C. Remember, I switched the order of B and C. Yeah, this
Cause I'm just like
this
I
to
mean,
me was the last place one. I just poured myself a
I'm-
little bit more. Was the one in your left hand the one that was you just got from Rick?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's that grain taste.
Yeah, that's right. Old Forster's the one on the end.
Mm.
That's the one I just handed you. Was the one on the end. Like everything you're saying so far is adding up to early times in the middle, Old Forester on the end. Okay, the thing you just tasted, it tasted different than this, right?
Yeah.
The early times. But that was 3 for all of us. So what, are you saying that your middle one was not early times?
I do not believe so with all my heart, but I could have something up. But
This is definitely the middle one. Like, it's sweet. It's got kind of to me a weak finish, but then the alcohol creeps in. Because we have an issue now of like how we're gonna end this video.
Let's just rewind. Just pretend like it's the same.
What I did not know we were gonna have the catastrophe of instruction following from me to Rick to me to Cody to me to me to Cody. We had 6 different mistakes somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, well, for the sake of having a video, I don't know. Maybe we'll just say botched experiment.
so we're not sure what we poured in what or where we moved what as far as the last 2 glasses.
But
But
we know the wine glass.
the one
is
thing we can
Cooper.
say is that Cooper's did win, and then we're not sure about the other 2.
Yeah, so this was a botched experiment. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but we tried a new way of randomizing it, and our instructions were not clear from person to person, and each of us was involved, and then each of us was involved in the way that we numbered them at the end. My belief, I know Cody does not agree with this. My belief is that what we have is Cooper's Craft, followed by Early Times in the middle, which for me was a resounding third, and then Old Forester 100, which, based on the placement of the bourbons that Rick and I had and the consistency of our stories matching up of as to where the glasses should have wound up, it's kind of like a big, what's that called? The, find the, the balls and cups, magician's game. It's like where you switch them around. And it's like follow the ball and which cup is it under. We had one of those games of like figuring out which thing it is. I'm pretty. Cody disagrees, but I'm pretty convinced that it's Cooper's Craft, Early Times, and Old Forester 100, and it would be, for at least Rick and I, it would be Cooper's Craft is number 1, Old Forester 100 is number 2, and then somehow Early Times ended up being number 3, to a way that I'm convinced. And this is at the very least, this video is an instructional, or it's an advisory as to how to properly prepare to record a blind tasting and how not to. So let this serve as a warning.
Whatever, they're all freaking delicious though. They're all Brown Forman. You can't go wrong with any of these. I think if you got a little more scratch to spend, maybe you get a little bit of Cooper's Craft. Try it out. I think it's a pretty good hidden gem out there. Nobody says a whole lot about it. Or
this does confirm my theory as to Cooper's Craft, though, that every time I've had it, I've had a different experience with it.
That's one thing I will say. So, Early Times, Old Forester 100. If you're looking for a cheaper, I mean, you can get cheaper, obviously, but around $23, $25. Old Forester 100. Early Times are amazing. If you can find Early Times, I can't around me for that. Get those. If you want to go up like a little bit, I mean, there just really isn't a whole lot, 30 to 40 bucks. But I'd recommend Cooper's. Not many people talk about it, and I feel as though like the neck pour is a little bit rough.
Is it hard to find?
Not from, well, it's probably similar to Early Times, but maybe a little easier. It seems like the lower you go with the bottle and the longer it's lasted, it like changes up kind of what you're like, oh, like now I'm noticing more of this. It's like very interesting, and it gets better the more you drink out of it instead of sitting around, so. Doesn't Missy Elliott have like a TV show coming out or something?
I'm not sure. She's
Didn't they
actually
advertise it during the Super Bowl or something.
Queen Latifah. Is that you're talking about her show?
They're all the same.
Oh,
They'll stock.
Missy Elliott was a pioneer of female hip hop.
None of this is going to be in the video, guys.
I know.
You don't have one.
It
Talk
came
about chaos.
to my realization that I forgot my energy pills, my caffeine pills, so I may have to do double duty tonight on smacking me awake.
Thank you so much for playing my game.